Well, here we are in the project files folder. This is from the student source code, and you should have this on your computer by now, and have it all unzipped and ready to roll. And when you see this folder, you look in here, and okay, so we've got two little things. I want to go ahead and open one in Visual Studio. So we're going to walk through this. Remember, you installed Visual Studio. We did the core editor, the core component of Visual Studio. Relatively easy install. No big deal, right? So when I come into Wage Calculator and I open this folder, you'll see there is, if these aren't big enough, you can, expand them, of course, but Visual Studio Solutions. So this is the file that we'd want to open in there. And when you double click on that file, you're going to get this interesting little message that will pop up. And so it looks like this, where it says, hey, there's some stuff missing. So it's saying, hey, we need the .NET desktop development. And so, when you look at this, it says, like build WPF, which by the way stands for Windows Presentation Foundation, Windows Forms, blah blah blah, all this little stuff in here. So they've made it easy to do actually with as they do new releases of Visual Studio. In the old days, it wouldn't even give you this message; it would just error. But this is kind of nice because this now tells you like, hey, you're missing this thing, and if you want to be able to use this project, you're going to have to install something. Now you can go ahead and click install and walk through it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hit skip, and in fact, just close this down, and I'll show you how to get back to the installer. So a little bit evil, I guess, to not have you install different things along the way, but or I mean at the beginning. But I kind of like installing things along the way to remind you that you can go back and go to this option. This is a very, very, very powerful IDE. So when we come in to this, remember all the things that we saw at the beginning, they're always adding new things. So if you go up to the top in Visual Studio and go to Tools, and you have different options here, customizing, changing your settings. Remember we set ours at the beginning for Visual Studio, or for Visual Basic, I mean, when we were setting this up, but you can change that in here if you're using different languages, you want different things to show up, or just customize the way you're doing things. That's where you customize it here too as well, options for showing different things, all that. But what we want to do is go ahead and go to Get Tools and Features. And when you pull this up, oh, we're back to this thing again. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? I'm going to say yes. And boom, we're right back in the installer again. So I prefer to do things this way. I mean, you can, just to show you right now, I mean, you can use another option under there and just go directly to the download from that point too. But I wanted to show you this again. So this is exactly what we had at the very beginning. So you notice the thing that we need under Windows. Here we go. Look, .NET desktop development. Here's the same piece in here. So build our Windows Presentation Foundation, Windows Forms, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to check that. We're okay right now with now you guys aren't going to trust me on that one, but we're okay right now. Just roll with me on this with the default, and so we'll be okay here. You notice now we're looking at an additional 2.59 gig install, but that's okay. It'll be all right. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit modify, and it will start working. And so this will get rolling, blah, blah, blah. It gives you all this kind of stuff. And you can say continue, and it'll keep going, hopefully, and go ahead and do the install. So I'm going to hit pause on this while it starts working, and then come right back. Okay, so I'm back after the install finished, and just in case you're curious, I mean you'll find this with your install as well. I'm sure you did already, but you'll see that it takes quite a long time to install something with Visual Studio. I mean, it's a great program, but yeah, some of the installs just take a long time. It took, I think, around 10, 11 minutes for the install of that. Not the download. The download was very fast. Thank you, Charter. But the install itself takes a while. But that's okay because once it's done, like you're good to go. It'll keep itself updated and you'll be fine. So anyway, so we've got that installed now. I'm gonna go. You see our options are back again. We can go back to modify again, launch whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and close this. I have this instance open already behind it. So we have this little security warning that pops up. Trustworthy source. Well, I hope so. So this is coming from the author, so we're hoping it's good. We'll see. So you can uncheck this if you want, or check every single time. I don't. It's up to you guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and click OK, and we'll see what ends up happening. See if we need anything else. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get pretty lucky, and our program is open. So that'll be for another video. But I just wanted to walk you through getting the install and well, the modify for your original Visual Studio install. So thank you.